Hola, benvinguts a l'episodi número 11 de Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, i molt probablement l'últim. Si us agrada... Ah, no. Bueno, sí, és l'episodi 11, però és Stanley Parable 10? O és l'episodi 10 o l'11? Bueno, m'estic perdent. Però, per als que us agrada la sèrie, que probablement no sigui ningú perquè ho tinc tot a 0 visualitzacions, sembla que no estic tenint sort, però bé, mentre hi ha vida i hi ha esperança, jo vull seguir gravant perquè em ve de gust gravar. També jugaré molt probablement la demo, faré un episodi dels trucs, però abans d'allò està confirmat fer un episodi extra, el qual estarà com més desenvolupat, en el qual estaré jo com explicant tot el que em vaig deixar i també algunes curiositats. Encara queda força Stanley, també podem jugar algun mod. Rafael Parable, per exemple, no l'he jugat. Bueno, és que només he jugat el EP10 in Rewrite, penso. I bueno, el de Half-Life, que també és un mod, però allò és com la primera edició del joc, no un mod del joc, és un mod d'un altre joc. La amenaza del capítol final, super temàtic perquè aquí estem en amenaça de capítol final en aquest vídeo. Ja a veure com surt. Fa una mica de por, això. Queden finals amb la galleda. Però abans faré una cosa que m'he deixat i que si no m'hagués enterat avui hauria entrat a l'episodi extra, que és que no van fer el forat de caure pel forat, al final de caure pel forat infinit complet, que hi ha més contingut un cop et tires allà, només és que has d'esperar. O sigui que cap a l'exposició. Aquí hi haurà un super tall probablement, perquè això ja ho hem vist diverses... Bueno, probablement només us heu vist una vegada perquè ho vaig tallar, però aquest lloc he estat passant per aquí tota l'estona i com que no hi ha gaire a dir, ja ho hem vist tot. Ara ja no em fas pena. Això és el que els hi passa per... Això és el que passa per ser dolenta.
How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With two buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Ara ha esclatat més a prop de...
Stanley!
Ui, sí, ha esclatat aquí.
I didn't lose you, Stanley. The power of two buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you. But I couldn't take the risk.
Bueno, ara ja entenc el caos que podrien causar dues galledes. He tornat del bany pensant que ja hauria el botó de la transportació, però no. Encara segueix parlant.
There's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh,
vale, i ara hauria de baixar.
You just do whatever it is.
I ara hauríem d'esperar fins que baixi, perquè suposadament baixa i passen coses. Suposadament el forat hauria de baixar. El problema és que no sé quan trigarà. Per a vosaltres no passa res, perquè està allà, però per a mi... Oh. Què és allò? Què és aquesta música? Ai, sí que baixa. Per què no ho vaig veure abans? Bueno, devia d'estar cansat i vaig dir, reinicio, segur que no hi ha res. Però al final sí que hi ha. O sigui que aquest és el secret de per què el forat és cada cop menys infinit. Canvia la teva perspectiva. Ui! Stanley! Pam! Ara no em puc moure. Només canviar la perspectiva. Canvia la teva percepció. Ui! M'agrada aquesta música. No vull donar-li la G perquè potser sí que la canvia. O bueno, sí. A veure què passa ara. M'agradava més la primera, això sí. Hi ha alguna que no em posi nerviós? Hauria d'haver deixat la vella. Un altre cop. Ui! Oh! Ara és a la seqüela. Fòssils. M'agraden els gossos. A veure, canviarem US. Sóc el robot de la pantalla. Oh, ara sóc Stanley però al revés. Ai, espera, no he canviat la perspectiva a l'anterior. Ei! Ui, què és això? Mira que fort que s'ha posat. Narrador?
Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Torna? A veure si baixa un altre cop. Ah, vale, o sigui que sí que era un final.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Doncs res. Me'l vaig deixar. M'hauria d'haver quedat una mica més a la presentació. Penso que quedava millor allà.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had...
Perquè ara és com que la presentació ha perdut la màgia després de la primera vegada i d'aquestes seqüeles infinites i ràncies.
Now pick up the phone. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness.
Ah, vale, allí estava de broma, però després...
You actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the
Però
joke?
després sí que parla en sèrio.
Paused for longer,
al final.
or spoken quicker. Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Oh, ens posem un vídeo sobre comèdia. Ara.
Let's take a look. What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work?
Timing de la
How
comèdia.
long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh,
Però ara
in
no
all
dic que
likelihood, you
no s'ha
did it
donat
while
que sóc una
standing
persona
50
real.
to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit with one of your arms raised straight upward
Ho ha passat
at
a
a
centígrads, als
15-degree
subtítols,
angle from
m'agrada
your
allò.
body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time
Començaré
at
fent
all.
monòlegs demà.
Just remember to let them stop
Sobre
laughing
el
at
número
some
3
point,
seran.
you gut-busting
Segur
little
que ve una pila
scamp.
de gent. Ja ho
After
veureu.
all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Només per educació. No
Hey,
reimprimeixis ni
goodness, this
redistribueixis.
video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Vale, ara serà més apropiat. Ara per què ho has
I can feel
fermat?
it. This time, I'm really
Ah, no,
going
no
to
ho diu.
nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now.
Ei, ha
Well, I wouldn't be
desaparegut
the king of comedy, that's for
la
sure.
ventilació.
The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
A veure. També han desaparegut els globus per aquí. Bueno, és que això és una oficina falsa, igual a la contradicció narrativa, probablement.
Here we go.
Ara què
You
passa?
ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
A veure què passa si vaig per aquí.
What? We're back at the phone already.
Oh.
No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land.
Ah,
Not the
vale.
way it was meant to.
Ho arruïnem
And
igualment,
it's all
no?
my fault. I must have forgotten
no!
that the
Ara és
phone
tot
room
la culpa
comes
del
immediately
narrador.
after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest
aquest cop.
joke-telling whelp.
Aquest cop s'està... Aquest cop és...
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Vale, ara torna... Ara es reinicia si ho torno a intentar, no?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What?
Sí.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you...
Aquest cop no anem a l'oficina
It's as
verda.
though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley.
Ara
I heard
provem
you are
a fer
pale
bromes.
with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame.
Ah, aquest cop intenta fer-lo riure i no que es mogui.
What's another word to describe the
Igualment ens hem
bucket?
separat.
This bucket is so metal. I think I saw
Unity?
it playing guitar. No.
Només surt això, en
Staying
sèrio.
away from making fun of Stanley.
Que ni estava fet amb Unity, estava fet amb Source. O bueno, potser aquest sí que està fet amb Unity.
Jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again.
Ui, o sigui que converteix un final amarg en un final còmic. Penso que és just amb el de l'armari de la neteja, que no és exactament un final. Aquest seria el final graciós de la
All of
galleda.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
It's bucket time.
Ara només queda un. I ja tinc Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe completat al 100%. No, el del bebè no l'he fet, i no l'he fet tot Ultra Deluxe. Hi ha coses que només he fet a l'original, però si no estan canviades no crec que valgui la pena fer-les. A part és com que ara, amb el nou contingut, anar al contingut clàssic últim, és com que...
Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the
I ara
opposite
només
door.
queda aquest final, el qual, si tenen més o menys la mateixa llargada, com abans, bueno, es va acurtar, el de la contradicció narrativa, però aquest és com el final més
I'm
llarg.
glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
O sigui que aquí és l'oficina verda.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Ens importes,
We've come
Stanley.
together here because we care about you very much.
I la
It's this
línia
bucket you're carrying
i el
around
bebè.
everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want
Ui,
from
és
a
cert!
sequel. They want
No m'he
more of
adonat.
their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I
I
know
les
I'm the
enganxines?
one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
I aquí està el
Don't you want
maniquí
another story
que ha reemplaçat
involving the
l'esposa de
Adventure
Stanley.
Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes,
Que
that's
no és
what the
l'esposa,
fans want. Let's do
perquè
it.
allò, si jugues una mica... Bueno, no exactament, perquè estan com amagades les pistes, però no ho és. Després, sí, probablement la llar de foc també era un personatge. Aquest segur que és un personatge que plora fins i tot. La falguera era un personatge també, segur. Però no entenc què fa la falguera en un sofà, perquè és com que els testos li són més còmodes a les plantes, per la meva opinió, però bé. Després aquest és l'ordinador, que el pobre està tot abandonat, em fa una mica de pena. I això és l'esmolallapisos del 432, que no sé per què el té, perquè no té permès usar llapisos. Després, esclar, l'armari de la neteja, un clàssic, i l'oficina verda que no vam tenir, que s'ha mogut. I, esclar, la mítica línia. Però espera, he de fer una pauseta. Vale.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Tan, tararara. Oh! Em fa mal contacte em feia mal contacte als auriculars i escoltava molt fluix. Això és nou, no? Ah, és clar, perquè... No vam passar per aquesta porta, vam anar per una altra. Aquesta música m'encanta.
Now This is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all
més
those
línia.
great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was
Clar.
back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like
Ui, la
this.
zona no acabada.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Oh, hauré de perdre la galleda. La taula seriosa, no? Què és això?
Don't you
No, la
get it,
taula
Stanley?
seriosa és això.
We need to get rid of the bucket.
Per què?
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Un personatge nou?
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
El destructor de galledes?
I think it'll make a wonderful new
Qui és
addition to
aquest
the
senyor?
rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying
A veure què
buckets
fa.
is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
La veritat és que vull tirar la galleda.
How does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity
mira.
and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
Però no el
The
puc
broom
posar.
closet certainly
No la
not.
puc
I
posar.
wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise
pensava que
the
seria la
fans
meva
will be
venjança
clamoring
aquí.
for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now.
No
You'll
puc
have to
posar la
hurry and
galleda.
feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you
ara és un
crush
clàssic.
that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what
No
they
puc
want.
posar.
Hurry and...
Què ha passat? Però espera, si tots són galledes... Esclar, la galleda ho el destructor de galledes ho destruirà tot, menys el narrador Stanley i els sorolls de la galleda.
My prized creation. You had so
Què
much
passa?
potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
No, volia veure la galleda sent destrossada. Oh, espera, potser és que la galleda va poder evitar la destrucció perquè Stanley ha necessitat els 12 emblemes dels savis. Doncs res, no m'he pogut venjar aquí. M'he de venjar allà, però allà ja he anat.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
I
room.
penso que no
Perhaps
queda
he
res.
simply-
No, no queda absolutament res.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I només
and
34
entered the door on
minuts.
his left.
Res. No només l'últim episodi, sinó que això ho podria haver fusionat amb l'episodi anterior. Doncs res, perdoneu per aquesta merdeta d'episodi. Això dura amb molta sort 15 minuts.
Coming to a
Però
staircase, Stanley
bé,
and the bucket walked
espero
upstairs
que
to the
almenys
boss's
us hagi
office.
agradat la part curta d'aquest vídeo. Al final, l'últim final em va agradar força a mi, en el personal. I adeu! Aquest divendres 19 de juliol estaré a Twitch.
Stanley
He trobat la disculpa insincera i amagada!